What is up, and welcome back to the Mariners franchise. We have a lot to get through today. 2.5 months left of the regular season. I want to try to get through all of that, and hopefully, if we do well enough, make the playoffs, and then we'll do a playoff episode next time out. But we're coming in to this one. We got a 1.5 game lead over the Rangers in the division, 4-game lead over the Astros. We're looking good. We're actually doing really well in the month of July. We've won 10 out of 12 games. We've coming out of the All-Star break. We got a series coming up against Houston, and then a series at the end of the month going into August against Texas. That is the last series against Texas this season. We will not play them again after that. We will have one more series, our last games on the road of the season against Houston. That could decide the division down there before we come back home. We've got a 3-game series against Colorado and a 3-game series against the Dodgers, which I'm not happy about. But a couple of things to take care of before we finish July. We got to sign our draft picks, which I will get done, and then we'll probably go over those after the season once we can actually see what their ratings and potentials are and see what we're actually getting in. And then we have the trade deadline. You can see our positional ranks here. Middle infield is a point of emphasis. We will be active at the trade deadline. We will be making some moves. And when we're talking about trade deadline, we know one player that we're looking to move is Mitch Garver. He's hitting 206 this year. He's regressing in every category at 34 years old. He's on the books for another $12 million next season. He's just not worth the roster spot at this point. But if we trade Mitch Garver, we need a backup catcher for the rest of the season, which means we got to call somebody up. Harry Ford, we've talked about a lot. Is it going to be Harry Ford? I don't think so. And hear me out on this. He hasn't gotten off to a good start in AAA. He just is not hitting very well. He's currently hitting 249. He's just recently started to figure it out. Last 10 games hitting 351. Because of that, I'd rather leave him in AAA for the rest of the season, let him figure things out, and then next season maybe look at calling him up and rotating him and Cal Raleigh at catcher and DH. But to do that, Harry Ford's got to be able to hit, and he hasn't proven yet that he can do that consistently at the AAA level. So I think we leave him there for the rest of the season. Maybe in September, give him a call up if he's still hitting and give him a look at the big league level then, and then we can kind of make our decision next season. But that means I think our backup catcher for the rest of the season, if we trade Garver, is going to be Blake Hunt. Nothing crazy. I mean, he can kind of hit lefties, which is all we need him to do to give Cal Raleigh a day off every once in a while against left-handed pitching. He can play. He's a decent defensive catcher, better than Garver is. Honestly, I don't think we're losing much swapping Blake Hunt for Mitch Garver. And after taking a look at the standings and seeing which teams are kind of out of it by now, I have found a couple potential trade partners for us. The first one, the White Sox, in last place in the American League. No surprise there. Luis Robert Jr., a name that's been floated in trade circles for the last 2 seasons. And the Mariners were kind of linked at one point to him, but I'll be honest with Luis Robert Jr., okay? My personal feelings. He had one good season in 2023. Hit 264, 38 home runs. Phenomenal season for him. I don't believe he is that level of player. At least he won't reach that level consistently. He certainly has not shown that in the last 2 seasons. Also, he can't seem to stay healthy. On top of all of that, we did say we're kind of looking for a middle infielder. I don't think if we brought Luis Robert Jr. into this team currently, he would be a significant enough upgrade for us to make a big impact this season. I just don't. He probably replaced Randy Arozarena. If he's an upgrade at all, he isn't a big one. So all of those things combined, yeah, he's got a really favorable contract. That's about all he's got going for him at this point. I just don't think this is the right move for us. Another team that I don't think anyone is surprised is struggling this year, the Rockies. And they do have a player that's very intriguing, Ryan McMahon. I think if we can get this one done and then a trade that makes sense, that we don't have to give up a ton of prospects or a top tier prospect for him, we absolutely pull the trigger here. I love everything about Ryan McMahon. He's a very consistent player. He's going to hit around 245 to 250, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. He's going to get you around 20 home runs. He's going to play solid defense, decent bat. He has 3 more years left on his contract. Little pricey, but it's something that we can swing. It's nothing too crazy. I think everything about Ryan McMahon makes a ton of sense. He can play third base and second base for us, if we made this deal, he'd come in, he'd play second base. That gives us Rayleigh at first, McMahon at second, JP at short, Bohm at third. And then looking forward into next season, maybe Rayleigh moves back into left field. We look to move Rosarena, who's in the going into the last year of his contract. Bohm slides over to play first. McMahon goes to third. Bliss, who I'm not giving up on, he's just not getting it done quite this season, but he is growing. Maybe Bliss comes back in and takes over second base again next year, and we get Bohm at first, Bliss at second, JP at short, and McMahon at third. And then we can be a little more patient with our prospects. We don't have to rush Michael Young up into the majors next year. Remember, Michael Young did get hurt this season, missed about a month and a half, slowed his development a little bit. Maybe he needs an extra couple months in the minors next season. And maybe around the All-Star break, we look at calling him up and he splits time with JP, or if, JP is falling off, maybe he takes over shortstop. Who knows? I think this just gives us more options. It's a safer bet for us, and it's a more significant upgrade straight away coming in at second base. This, I think, makes us a significant contender in the American League. But what is it going to take to get Ryan McMahon? We're going to throw Mitch Garver in there. The good news about the Rockies also, they are looking for a catcher. We have a catcher to give up. That's a good start. Can we just chuck Solano in there? He can play first base. It doesn't do a whole lot for us, but we'll see if we can get rid of the contract in the meantime. And then we do have 4 starting pitchers we drafted this year. So we do have an excess or a surplus of starting pitching. I think it's going to take one of either Walter Ford or Gerangelo. Can we do Weiss? Oh, it's so close. It's not going to be Weiss, though. It's going to have to be one of these two. Yeah. I think they like Gerangelo a little bit better, but Ford will get it done. Garver, Solano. Essentially, we're dumping the contracts of Garver and Solano. We're giving up Walter Ford for Ryan McMahon. I have no issues with that. I'm actually loving that. Yes, definitely. Let's get the trade done. Confirm the trade. Done. Ryan McMahon is coming to Seattle. That's massive for us. And we'll put this new lineup to the test. We're going to jump into a game late here. 2 on, 2 out in the top of the 9th of a tie game. Munoz on the mound. We need to get through this inning, see if we can score one in the bottom of the 9th and walk it off against the Astros. Beautiful Munoz. Get ahead in the count. Now we go out of the zone. See if we can make him chase something here. I left it in the zone, but it works. Let's go. Let's make sure we get this one out of the zone, Munoz. There we go. Good pitch. We're gonna go back out there again on the 1-2 count. And we got him in a chase on the second one. Mariners get out of the 9th with no runs. We go to the bottom. Let's see if we can walk it off. In zone, lifts one to left. Jordan is under it, makes the catch, one away. Robles up second for the Mariners. Swinging on the first pitch, but he rounds to third. 2 quick outs here for the Mariners. But we can roll it over to the top of the lineup. J.P. Crawford up next. He's 2 for 3 today. Some hope here. JP stays on it and lifts one. Alvarez, Jordan Alvarez with a diving catch in left field. Okay, sure. All right, we go to the 10th. And no, it's still tied. What a catch from Jordan Alvarez. We do have a slight issue here in that we only have 2 pitchers left in the bullpen. I think that means we've blown through our entire bullpen in this game. That's not a good situation, to be honest. Munoz is going to have to pitch at least a couple innings in this one. Oh, what a pitch from Andres Munoz. Paints the corner and gets Jeremy Pena looking. That was a massive strikeout for Munoz. Can you locate this slider again? Don't want to roll this over to the top of the lineup. With 2 on, beautifully executed from Munoz. Gets the strikeout. That brings up Altuve now, with the runner still on second. 2-2 pitch now to Altuve. Let's get out of this inning. Slider on the outside. Got Altuve swinging. Munoz strikes out the side. And that is it for the Astros in the 10th. So with the extra innings rule, JP's going to start on second base. I'm actually going to pinch run for him. Ryan Bliss has got wheels, and if need be, he can come in and play short next inning. So Ryan Bliss will be the pinch runner. Let's see if we can get this run home. We got Bohm, Julio, and Raleigh up. We can do this. Oh, that fastball's right down the middle, though. Bohm slices it to right. It's going to get down. Bliss moves up to third. The winning run now 90 feet away. All right, Julio's worked himself a 2-0 count. Abreu does not look like he wants to mess with Julio too much. Oh, he grounds it to second. No way is that going to be a double play. Oh, Julio, no. Just worst case. He just needed to elevate something. Get something to the outfield and Bliss can score. A double play is not what we needed there. 2-2 count now for Cal Raleigh. He's hanging in there. Raleigh grounds it to first. A diving stop. How have the Astros gotten away with that? I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of the game. I can't believe Walker made that play. All right. We go to the 11th. Santos is going to come in the 11th. We've got Trevor Gott down there. I don't even know why he's tired. Oh, this is the second game after the All-Star break. So I guess he pitched last game, but we don't have a lot of options here. Oh, that ball sliced down the line. And it's going to be a fair ball. Robles over to collect. Gets it in. Runners on the corners with nobody out for the Astros. That brings up Yordan Alvarez. Yeah, we're not messing with Yordan Alvarez. We'll walk him. Load the bases. That's fine. We do not want any part of Yordan Alvarez right now. Oh, no. Christian Walker is going to be the hero of this game, isn't he? That's going to be the sac fly that we needed last inning. He's going to score a run. It's 5-4 Astros now. 1 out, runners on the corners. What? A play from Luke Raley. That is a double play. We're out of this inning. We give up the 1 run, but we've got our at-bats coming, and we're going to get a look at Ryan McMahon. We're going to go ahead and pinch run Dylan Moore for Cal Raleigh. We got to get a run. We have to get this run in this time. Luke Raley's going to get us started here in the 11th. Oh, see what we can do. Oh, Luke swinging through that. Okay, it's 1-1. Not bad. Ground ball. It's a fair ball. It is going to move Dylan Moore over to third. That's all we needed to do. Small ball up in play here for the Mariners. And that brings up Ryan McMahon in his second game with the Mariners. Big spot here for him. Need to get this run in. Something lifted to the outfield should score Dylan Moore. Slices the first pitch foul. Man has worked himself a good hitter's count. 2-1 pitch on the way from Hader. McMahon slices one. Oh, it's going to slice foul down the line, though. Oh, I thought he had it there. All right, 2-2 count. This could be ball game here. Come on, McMahon. There's a good pitch. Christian Walker's a god. Christian Walker is actually a defensive wizard. What in the world is going on with Christian Walker? There's a base knock up the middle for Cade Marlowe. It scores Dylan Moore. And we're all tied up at 5. In the 11th, the hero Cade Marlowe comes through. Left the circle change kind of up there, but Canzone misses. Pops it up. That's going to end the 11th. But the Mariners strike back. We tie it up again. We're going to the 12th. Go away with a changeup. Oh, he left it down the middle. Do not be doing that. Okay, we're not going to play with that. Let's go back to the bread and butter. Slider away. Ooh, a dead pull hitter. That's got to be like a kiss of death. Yeah. There it is. No chance. No chance. 1 out in the 12th. Oh, no. Left that over the plate too much. Canzone to the wall makes the catch. Shout out to the Marine Layer for keeping that one in the yard. That's 2 outs for the Astros. Good fastball down and away. Bliss picks it up over to first, and that is going to do it for the Astros in the 12th. Clean inning. Barely. By about 4 feet by Santos. But we're out of it. Tie game going to the bottom of the 12th. Bohm steps in. He pops up. That's going to end the 12th for the Mariners. No threatening, nothing. Just that was a terrible half of an inning for the Mariners. If we can climb the ladder on him here. We can! Strikes out. McCormick swinging on 4 pitches. 1 out for the Astros. That'll bring up Altuve. Yeah, I don't think we want to play with him. Let's just keep it on the outside corner, yeah? That wasn't on the outside corner. Altuve goes down and gets that. Robles back to the track, to the wall. Altuve goes yard. Yeah, I should have thrown the slider. I shouldn't have thrown a sinker there. Just guarantee that it's on the outer half. That the sinker just chased back over the heart of the plate. Altuve goes down and gets it. That's very unfortunate for the Mariners. Snaps the bat. Santos picks it up. Throws to first. Got Alvarez. I'm not sure he did. Is that going to be challenged? It's not. Fair enough. I mean, they're up by 2 now and going to the bottom of the 13th. Not sure there's a reason to challenge at this point. This time, sprays one through the left side. It's a base knock for Julio. Runners on the corners and no out. There's life still in this team. All right, Luke Raley steps in with 1 out. Let's see what he can do. Luke Raley ropes one to center. I can't believe they caught that. That is going to be not a double play. I thought that was going in the gap. I think Julio did as well. He was running. Instead, it almost ended the game. Damn. We've had some really well-hit balls in extra innings. They just haven't found any outfield grass. And now it comes down to Ryan McMahon once again, the new guy. Can he get it done? McMahon slashes one the other way. That's going to be in the gap. Julio is on his horse. Jordan picks it up. Julio rounds third. He is going to score. McMahon coasts into second with a double. Ryan McMahon is clutch. Tie game in the 13th. A 1 count now to Marlowe. Another sinker. It's a flare. It's not going to get down, though. Jordan is there. We're going to the 14th. Santos has Diaz 1 and 2. Or that slider off the plate. Nicely executed. Then we get the double play. We do 2 outs in the 14th for the Astros, but the runner does move up to third. 1 and 2 count now to Paredes. You know what's coming. Slider off the plate. Caught the corner. It's not what we wanted. We're going to go back out there again. Let's try this again. Off the plate, Santos, please. Gets that one. He got that one actually well off the plate, and Paredes still somehow hit it. Let's go further off the plate. Surely he's not going to chase that far. He chased it anyway, and that's it for the Astros in the 14th. And the Mariners push one across here and win this game. The winning run now 90 feet away. Can we get it across? Bliss, ground ball up the middle. There's Pena, throw across. Bliss is out. That's the end of the 14th. We're down to our last pitcher going to the 15th. Actually, I'm just going to leave Santos in until he can't pitch anymore. We don't really have much of a choice at this point. I don't know what pitch to throw. I think we go fastball here. I think we have to. And that ball was left right down the middle, and that's roped into left for a double. That's going to score 1. Rogers getting to second base. The throw's offline. It's a leadoff double for Brendan Rodgers. That pitch. We had to leave Santos in. He's starting to lose control. He just left the fastball down the middle. And we're behind the 8 ball again. And now I guess we will go to Trevor Gott, because why not? Oops, put him in. Oh no. This one might be getting away from us here. Aaron Pena goes down swinging. He's 0 for 7 now in this game. Pena's having a nightmare. Browns one to the right side. Somehow gets through. The base hit for Chas McCormick. Runner moves up to third. Runner's on the corners now with 1 out. Does that bring up who I think it does? Yeah. Yeah, it's Altuve. Ground ball. That could end the inning. Bliss. To Raley. It does. The Mariners get out of it with just the one run let across. And we're going to the bottom of the 15th. Is there any more magic left in this team now? I think we might have run out at this point. I think we got to think about bunting here. I think we got to bunt. Boom, lays the bunt down beautifully. Bliss will move over to second. That was well executed by Alec Boehm. Had to do it. Get that runner over to third base. Julio Rodriguez coming up now with the tying run on third. Can he get it done? He's 4 for 6 in this game. If he'll hang something for Julio. Doesn't. There's the... Oh, Bliss actually scored! That ball was hit right at Pena. But Bliss, I told you he had wheels. I didn't send him. He went on his own and he got there. The tying run is across. It's 8-all in the 15th inning. First pitch misses off the plate from Castro. He is starting to show signs of fatigue. Leaves that pitch over the plate. Raley lines out. We're going to the top of the 16th. A one pitch to Diaz. Ooh, the curveball was up a little bit, but he fouls it off. The count 0-2. Let's go up and in with the cutter. You can saw him off. Oh, no. It's a little bloop shot. Bliss, though, gets out there and makes the catch. The Astros are retired in the... Was that the 15th? Or that was the 16th inning. We're out of pitchers, though. We need to just finish this game. All right, McMahon steps back in. Luke Raley on second. He's got some wheels.
Ball inside.
Do we bunt him over to third, though? I don't know. No, I think we let McMahon, we let him hit. Let's let him cook. Oh, he hung the slurve. Oh, Wisniewski hung the slurve. And actually, I just realized the Astros are now into their starting pitchers as well. As that is popped into the outfield. It will certainly be deep enough to move Raley over to third. McMahon gets the job done, moves the runner up. The winning run on third base now with one out. 1-1 pitch on its way to Cade Marlowe. Down and in. Got himself a little hitter's count here. Cade Marlowe looking for something he can elevate. The fly ball to the outfield should do it. Is that going to be deep enough? We're going to try it. We got to go for it. It's caught. The throw on its way. Luke Raley is in there. And the Mariners win the marathon game against the Astros in 16 innings. We emptied our bullpen. I think the Astros did as well. We were going to have Bryce Miller pitching in the top of the next inning if it came to it. But it's Cade Marlowe with the sac fly, and the Mariners win in extras. So we have hit deadline day, and I was scouring the trade block, seeing if there are any possible backup catchers out there that I could get for cheap. And I found Adrian Del Castillo from the Diamondbacks, a former second-round pick. This dude can hit. He can also play right field, so if I need to throw him in the outfield, I can. He's not great defensively. I get that. But he can hit. He's hitting 270 with 8 home runs this year for the Diamondbacks. And they don't even want that much for him. They're just looking for some relievers. I have relievers. Taylor Salcedo, he's having a great year in AAA, but he's going into arbitration next season. I don't think I'm going to want to pay him. He hasn't been on the big league club at all this year. And then Bizardo and Vargas are both on the 40-man roster. I just need to kind of clear them out, make some space, because they do not feature into our future plans. So those are 3 players I'm willing to give up for a good, I would say backup catcher, but he's a solid player. I'm actually quite happy with that. So we'll pull the trigger on this one. And I'm a little more comfortable with Del Castillo being on the roster rather than Blake Hunt as our backup catcher going into the playoffs. I think this is a good piece to add. Well, a bit of bad news. We're on the last day to sign our draft picks, and our number 1 pick, our 3rd overall draft pick, Steve Santos, couldn't get him signed. I offered him the max that we could offer him. I've been working on him the entire time after the draft, and it just wasn't meant to be. But that's actually okay. I don't even think he was the best pitching prospect that we drafted this year. So it hurts to lose a number 3 pick like that, but it's not the end of the world. And the month of July has come to an end. We really struggled coming out of the All-Star break. We went 6-8 in the rest of July. Lost some key series against Houston and the Athletics. Things just not going our way. Lost some really close games late. It's unfortunate, but we move on. We already lost the first game of the series against Texas. We got 3 more games against them. Big series. Last time we played them this season, we got Gilbert, Kirby, and Castillo on the mound for the last 3 games. All 3 of those are favor us. We got to get something going there, and then we'll see what the rest of August has in store. We are up to the September call-ups now, which means August is in the books. And there might be something fundamentally wrong with the Mariners in August. They just are not a good ball club for this month. I don't know what it is. We go 11-15. We're now 4.5 back in the division. We're actually tied, I think, with the Rangers for the division. Yeah, for second place in the division. Astros are now kind of running away with it. But you see our, like, the last 10. The Astros are 7-3. The Rangers are 7-3. We're 3-7. In the wild card, we're tied with the Rangers for the last wild card spot as well. It's just, I mean, all the teams around us are all winning. They all have in the last 10 games, they're all at least have winning records. We don't. We're just, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's not going well. It's looking rough for us for the last month, especially if you look at our schedule for the last month. September is a bit crazy. Tampa Bay, who's a half game behind us in the wild card, we go to Tampa for 3 games. They're a good ball club. Atlanta up next. They're a good ball club. St. Louis, good ball club. LA Angels, not good, but whatever. We have 4 games against them. We better make the most of it. Kansas City is 77-60. Houston's winning our division. Then we got Colorado, who's terrible, and then we finish with the Dodgers. It doesn't get easier. I mean, it's only going to get tougher. And I don't know if we have what it takes to be a playoff team this season. I'll be honest. I don't think it's in the cards for us, but we'll give it our best shot. As for the September call-ups, I've already gone ahead and recalled Colin Snyder. He started the year with us at the big league level, got sent down when we called up Trevor Gott midway through the season, but he's had a good year in AAA. He gives us another bullpen arm out there for the home stretch. And then as for our other call-up, I was considering very strongly going with Harry Ford. He's figured it out lately. He's hitting well. He's in his last 10 games hitting .316. Our 2 catchers at the big league level are ice cold and have been for the last month. Ever since we got Del Castillo, he's been terrible. Maybe the Diamondbacks knew something we didn't, because he just has not worked out so far for us. But I still think I want to leave Harry Ford alone in AAA. Just let him do his thing. Really, what I think we need is a first baseman. Rayleigh's had a horrible second half of the season. He's down to .245 with his batting average. He went into the All-Star break with 18 home runs. He's only hit 2 since. It's just been a rough month and a half, 2 months for Luke Rayleigh. So I think we're going to go ahead and call Tyler Locklear up for the last month of the year. He's hitting .270 in AAA, 11 home runs. Just someone to give Luke Rayleigh a rest, especially against lefties, which Luke Rayleigh struggles with. So we'll call it Tyler Locklear. We'll plug him in against lefties. Maybe even get some at-bats against righties too. Just get Rayleigh a couple days off in a row. Hopefully get him right, and we can make a playoff push. That's about all we got right now. And there is life yet in this ball club. The Tyler Locklear call-up may have saved our season. He has come up and hit .271 in the month of September. He gave Rayleigh a few days off, and wouldn't you know it, that turned Luke Rayleigh around. He's on fire as of late. Julio's on fire. McMahon is hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. The heart of the order's cooking. Cal Raleigh's still struggling to hit a baseball this year. I don't really know what's going on with him, but JP has also turned it around. We've righted the ship offensively, and that has pulled us to within 1 game of Houston in the division, and we have 3 games coming up in Houston. 9 games left to play this season. This is a massive series. Most likely will decide who wins this division. By the way, Houston just played Texas, lost 2 out of 3 to them, so Texas only 2.5 back. So we're 1 game, Texas is 2.5 back. The West is looking crazy. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to sim these games right now. Any situations or scenarios that pop up, we will jump in and play them. We've got Bryce Miller against Christian Javier in this first game. Actually, to switch the pitchers around, I wanted Miller in this one and then Wu in the next one. So here we go. First game, scenario already. Munoz is in trouble in the 9th, 2 outs, Chas McCormick up. Let's get in. All right, 2 on and 2 out for Chas McCormick. Munoz on the bump. I didn't really want to go sinker with this first one, though, but we'll do it. I know he usually misses this down. Nope. Gets the rollover to second. End of the game. We take the first one in Houston. We have now drawn level with Houston in the division. So up next, we got Brian Wu versus Hayden Wesneski. Wu's been a little meh of late. He actually picked up a small injury in that series against LA in his start there, but we were able to get the win, and he ended up being okay. So for this one, yeah, apparently Emerson Hancock is no wonder. I don't care. Get out of the way. We lose 1-0. 1-0 to Houston. That's tragic. How did Brian Wu do 6 innings, scattered 9 hits, only gave up 1 run, 3 Ks? The offense just went cold. That's tragic. I can't believe we lost 1-0 to the Astros. The final game of this series, either we'll be level with them after this, or we'll be 2 games back and really in trouble because we got Colorado and finish the season with the Dodgers. Gilbert on the bump, though, against Framber Valdez. Come on, Logan. Be the ace that we need you to be. We could really use just a complete game shutout here. Come on, Gilbert. I think we lost. I don't care about the piss off for the minor leagues. We lost 5-2 in a Logan Gilbert start. Oh, Gilbert got shelled. 8 hits in 6 innings, 3 runs. Unreal, man. Unreal. I thought that was a lock. I really thought we were going to win that game. All is not lost. We bounced back and swept the Rockies. It comes down to the final 3 games of the season. We're 1 game back of Houston still in the division. But this series is insane. The pitching matchups we're about to see. Game 1 against the Dodgers, Brian Wu versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Game 2 is Logan Gilbert versus Shohei. And Game 3 is Kirby versus Glasnow. That is insane. I'm not sure there's any team in the league that can say they have the better of that pitching matchup, but I think we just narrowly edge it with those final 2 games. Obviously, I'm not going to give the edge to Wu over Yamamoto. Yamamoto's a stud. But we got Gilbert and Kirby. I wouldn't want anyone else on the mound for the final 2 games of the season. So let's get in here. Let's sim these final 2 games. This first one, Brian Wu, can he get it done? No, we get clapped 6-0. What's that look like in the division? 2 games back. All right. We're in trouble. We need to win out here. Can we get it done with Gilbert on the mound? We do. Gilbert wins that one. 5-4. 1 game back in the division. It's got to come down to the last game. Why is it with it like this with the Mariners, man? Why is nothing easy? All right, Kirby. You know what, Kirby? You win this game, we'll have a conversation about a new contract this offseason. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. We might have to trade Castillo to get it done. But we'll have that conversation, Kirby. We will earn it if you get us into the playoffs here. George Kirby against Tyler Glasnow. We got absolutely slapped. But we are a wild card team, and we'll play the Orioles in the first round. We lost 12-8. Kirby, what the hell happened? He went... That's his worst start of the season. He finishes 20-8, though. It's hard to fault a guy that wins 20 games in a season, but when it comes down to it, the most important game, he just fell apart. But let's not end it on a sad note. We made the playoffs. We are a wild card team. We will have Baltimore in the first round. They're very, very scary. They were very good this season, but at least we're here. So for our playoff roster, I think typically teams go with 4 starters in the playoffs. Obviously, we're going to go with Gilbert and Kirby. Castillo has been really good this season as well. I think we definitely go Bryce Miller as a 4th starter. Brian Wu's just been a little off this year at times. We'll have to see how things play out, but he'll definitely be there. The bullpen, we actually ended up keeping Colin Snyder up. I didn't actually make that decision. They did it for me, which means they sent someone else down instead at the end of the season. We'll get to that in a moment, but we're going to run 8 men in the bullpen, plus or minus Brian Wu. We'll see what happens again with that. And then obviously Munoz and Brash will be in there as well. Position players. This is where things get a little controversial. Catchers, it's going to be Raleigh and Del Castillo. We just don't have anyone better, although Harry Ford did grow quite a bit towards the end of the season. He's up to 71 overall. Still not a better option than Del Castillo, though. There's just no way we're calling up Harry Ford for his first action in the big leagues in the playoffs. Never going to happen. First base. This is where we have a question. Rayleigh finished the season hitting very, very well, but I think that is because Tyler Locklear came up and gave him some rest, let him reset. Also, Rayleigh got to play a little bit in left field, which I think he's more comfortable playing there. But Locklear came up in September and hit 270 with 5 home runs. Just in September. I don't think we're here in the playoffs without him and what he gave us. And I think I want him on the playoff roster. I know it's a small sample size, 74 at bats. But he's cooking. He absolutely was cooking in September. I think he just gives us a different look than what we had for most of the season. I like it a little bit better with him on the roster. Dylan Moore and Polanco are going to be there for the playoffs. Dylan Moore because he's just the best utility player we have. Polanco, every once in a while, can hit. Not all the time. Not even some of the time. But every once in a while, he figures out how to use a stick and can put the ball in play. And Ryan Bliss got sent down for Colin Snyder. That's the other player that got sent down, along with Locklear. Which, unfortunately for Bliss, he hit 207 this year. I just can't make a case for him to be on the playoff roster. He'd be a utility player. Dylan Moore's just a little bit better in that role than Ryan Bliss. So he will go back down. Tough for him to be on the roster all season and then not be able to play in the playoffs. But, hey, the playoffs are about winning. I can't worry about hurt feelings right now. We got Bohm and McMahon playing third and second, respectively. JP's going to be in there at short. This is where we have to make our decision. Arozarena and Canzone. Arozarena had a terrible statistical year. He hit 241, 17 home runs, 18 stolen bases, but, and it's a big but, a dumper-sized but, Arozarena comes alive in the playoffs. He lives for those moments, and he has shown time and time again that he can get it done when it counts. And I think for that reason, and that reason alone, he is going to make the playoff roster over Canzone. I think if Canzone had gotten the same amount of at-bats as Arozarena, I think we might be having a different conversation here. I think Canzone might have been the better player this year. But playoff time is Randy time, so I think we're going to go with Arozarena in the playoffs. Canzone, unfortunately, same as Bliss, was with us all year. Not going to be on the playoff roster. Julio, obviously, is going to be there. Ended up hitting 288 with 30 home runs. A little bit down in the stolen bases this season, which is bizarre. But overall put up a very good statistical season after going a little bit cold in July and August. But turned it on in September in a big way. Really helped us get over the hump and get into the playoffs. And then in right field, we got Robles. Ended up having a good year, hitting 266 with 13 home runs, 34 stolen bases. And then Cade Marlowe ends up hitting 274, 13 home runs, and 15 steals. What a season from Cade Marlowe, just out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting him to play a big role this season. I really expected Canzone to kind of be that fourth outfielder that stole some at-bats every once in a while. But Marlowe has just, I haven't been able to take him out of the lineup. He's been that good. Unfortunately, he's been that good and he's regressed in every attribute, which does not make any sense and is really annoying. But his potential did just tick up to C, like on the last day of the season. So hopefully next year he can show a little bit of progression and get those stats back that he lost. Obviously he didn't lose much because he hit the ball like crazy. He was really, really good. But I think his potential just kind of screwed him. So hopefully he turns it back on again next season and goes up a little bit. But I think that's it. I think it's Canzone out and I think it's Locklear in. And that's going to be our roster for the playoffs. And that is where we're going to end this one for today. Playoffs next time out for the Mariners. I'm excited to get into that one. I'm not sure how I'm going to format the playoffs, whether or not I want to play a full game per playoff round. I kind of want to, but those games take forever to play and the highlights are super long. If we end up making a World Series run, that's going to be like a 2.5 hour video. I'm not sure we want to go down that road, but we'll see what happens. I'll figure it out. We'll get it done. But that's it for this one. If you did enjoy it and you're looking forward to the playoffs, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you when we come back for more Mariners franchise. See ya.